just happened? Oh, okay. All right, first off, we want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to our apostle and elders at Great Millstone. The Water Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai for allowing me to do another video through the Spirit. The Water Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai for giving us this truth as worms. Double honors to our apostle and elders at Great Millstone, and salutation and blessings to the hopeful elect. And shalom to the brothers on the common board. And we're just going to get into the lesson today. As you can see, Monday live stream. You will not have access without the MOTB. You know, dealing with the times that we're coming in and the times that, you know, that's ultimately going to enter into. You know, dealing with Jacob's trouble and all these things, Esau moving with his new world order. If you don't have that MOTB, you will be excommunicated out the system or even put to death. But that one main thing is the goodies of this society. You know, having Wi-Fi, having television, going to Meijer, going to Walmart, Target, the gym, having Instagram, being able to go out, you know, being able to just go for a walk. All these access, all these things that we have now will be police, and you will not have access to them without that MOTB, because that's the system that they're moving toward. Esau is going to police the human experience. You won't be able to just go for a stroll without, you're not going to be allowed in the area where the water's at, where the nice walking area is. And you're not, they are going to completely police the human experience. And we're going to have to solely rely on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai to get through these things, you know, get through the times that we're coming in. You got something? If not, I'm going to play this video.
Yeah, just real quick.
Go ahead.
Matthew 16:25, it says, "For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it." And in the times that we enter into, we're going to see that a lot. You know, a lot of people trying to preserve and save them lives ultimately. And how are they going to do that? By conforming to Esau's way of living, by accepting the MOTB. You know, you have these other camps and stuff like that that try to say that they're going to force it on you or force it in you, which is not the case. He's just going to make it really hard and very difficult for you to operate and completely excommunicate you out of society in general, where you have to make a decision. Are you going to accept it or you not? But we understand that a lot of people are going to accept it because they can't go without eating or drinking or being able to hop on their Instagram or hop on a TikTok or survive without social media.
Shit, neither can we. We got to eat.
I mean, yeah.
But we have Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai to get us through these times.
Yeah.
The Lord is going to be with us. That's what separates us completely, because the Lord is going to be with his men. That's what a lot of people don't. Well, what are you going to do? Well, the Lord's going to protect us. Yeah. And if we don't eat for a few days, don't eat for a few days. But ultimately, the scriptures say, my servants will eat. The Lord's not going to just let his men starve to death out here. That's a terrible way to die. Some brothers will die from, you know, being put to death or whatever. But the scriptures say, my servants shall eat. We're going to, like the one nigga said, the leader IHPK, you got to eat. Yeah, the Lord's going to provide. The Lord is going to provide our food. The Lord is going to provide our nutrition and to get through the times that we're coming in. That's what separates us from y'all. That's what what makes us solely different from y'all, because y'all rely on this system to get through the things that's about to come. We rely on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai to give us food. Esau, I'll give you food. Take this chip, nigga. Well, he's not going to tell you he's going to lead to you being destroyed by the Lord. You're not going to be written in the book of life. You're going to be through. You're going to come back in the kingdom with shame. He's not going to tell you that. But we know if you take that chip and side with Esau, Edom, you're through. But if you side with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, he's going to protect you and be with you. Look at a lot of things. Elijah or Elisha, they sat by the brook and the Lord fed them. The Lord knows what we need. Esau, Edom is going to try to force his lifestyle on us, and we're going to completely deny it, because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to provide and protect us and to get through the things what we're about to come through. We don't fucking need Instagram, though.
No.
These people need these people can't. You got people who lose if they lost their fucking Instagram.
Yeah. You see people about to lose it when they was about to ban TikTok.
Yeah. So we're not in that mindset. These people, they lose their mind when their Wi-Fi goes out for 2 hours, man. Let them lose a vape. They're gonna tear your fucking house apart.
When you didn't have the small instances of these phone companies losing connection where your phone wasn't working, you know, people were bugging out over that.
Yep. Yeah, because I was just on the eating part, on the food part.
No, yeah.
Everything else, fuck it. Fuck that shit. And then the Lord will give. You may go a couple days without food. It is what it is. That's why you practice fasting. But these bodybuilders and shit, you niggas is through. You niggas eat way too much. Go ahead. Just wanted to clarify.
Oh yeah, I was gonna get there, but you clean it up for me.
Yeah.
So
go ahead.
You wanna play the video?
You got something now?
I got something else.
Get that, then I'll play the video.
Okay, this is
Is that Isaiah?
No, Exodus.
Exodus
23 and 24.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "Thou shalt not bow down to their gods, nor serve them, nor do after their works. But thou shalt early overthrow them, and quit." And is that quiet? Is that quiet?
That is quiet. Wait, and quit.
I think quit.
And break down, their images.
Thank you. Yeah. It says, "And quit and break down their images." So this is in the law, man. You know, we're not supposed to bow down to these other gods. You're not supposed to put no other god or no other person above you, you know? And that's what E wants to do, you know, to Jake specifically. You know, he wants Jake to bow down and worship him as their God. And not debunk, but just make the Heavenly Father void in Jake's mind. That's what he wants to do with his technology and with his NWO system.
Yeah.
And you're not supposed to. You gotta, like the brother said, you gotta stand firm in this thing. But we understand a lot of Jake is not gonna do that because they don't have the foresight, they don't have the vision, you know, and it's not for them to have it.
And that was the message that Jeremiah was giving them in the book of Baruch. Mm-hmm. He was telling them, don't fear these gods.
Yeah.
And we come with that same, you know, that mindset. Don't fear this MOTB system that he's coming with. You know, rely and trust in Yahweh Shemel Shai. Because that's the same thing, you know, Jeremiah was pushing. Look, don't fear these Babylonian gods that they have set up. They may say the rain comes down because of this god, or this happens because this god. He said, fuck all that. You know that who the true power is. You know who really is in charge of this. And Esau with his AI is doing the same shit.
Yeah.
And with his MOTB, he's proclaiming that these things are which make the world go round, and that they're the gods of the planet Earth. And with this, you're going to be able to have access to life. That's what Esau's pushing. Access to life through his technology, through the MOTB. And Yahweh Shemel Shai is not for that. But we'll let this play. Because that's what it is. This nigga's destroying, he's gonna police the human experience. Your carbon footprint is gonna be tracked. Everything you do is gonna be tracked and controlled, because that's Esau's system. That's the world that he's about to push out. And we're not supposed to take part in that. Let me go see what the fuck that was. And when I come back, let's get into that Baruch 6 a little bit.
I'm gonna take this back a little bit.
Yeah, do your thing. Yeah. Make sure this nigga ain't die.
This couldn't be that far from where we are now. Zombie movies, none comes to mind, but if something comes to mind with where there's quarantine, right? So you might have the zombies, and the zombies are in
this is fair use.
this area, but the people that don't have the virus are in this area, right? In this dream, the people with the mark of the beast, they can go anywhere in the world, like how we can travel now, how we can have passports now, how we can drive now, all of these things. Basically, they can live freely, so they can travel. They want to go to New York, from California, they can go anywhere, get on planes, trains, they can go to restaurants, they can go to they're free, okay? Now, the people who did have the mark of the beast were stuck. Okay, I gotta sit down for this. The people who didn't have the mark of the beast were stuck. They were stuck in zones, buildings, so skyscrapers. You only could stay in this one skyscraper. You only could stay in this one area. Um, it was terrible. Um, so if you didn't have the mark of the beast, you couldn't travel anywhere. You had to stay in this one building for the rest of your time alive. Um, there was no food. You were starving to death. There was no way you could plant food or grow your own food. There was none of that. If you tried to leave the zone, you would be shot immediately by terrorists. They had robotic AI terrorists that would recognize you. They would recognize that you don't have the mark and that you're leaving the premises, and you will be shot. There were war in these zones from rebellion, so people who didn't really think it was fair, they were rebelling against the mark. They were getting destroyed. They were getting cut down. It was genocide. Okay, they were killing us, poisoning us inside the building. You only could wear certain clothing. It got so bad that people started to unalive themselves. They started to hurt themselves. I seen it was one day. My zone. I was in a skyscraper, but it was so many other zones. You could hear it on the TV about how people were actually, being unalive at a mass rate. I seen a guy just jump out the building face first. We were on like the 40th floor or something like that. We were very high up. Jumped out, no problem. And you could, even inside the zone, it wasn't safe because it was a war going in the zone. So if you travel, you can just get unalive just because you're traveling around the zone that you're stuck in. I tried to escape the zone. This is how I found out it was terrorists. I tried to escape the zone. And when I tried to escape the zone, the terrorists started shooting at me, right? Now, when the terrorists started shooting at me, God kept me alive through the dream, so, probably in real life I would have got cut down, but the terrorists started shooting at me. But God wanted me to he wanted to show me something. What he showed me is that the people with the mark of the beast, they were traveling through the zone, out the zone, wherever they wanted to travel, walking. The terror was shooting at me, and these are very large, high caliber bullets. The people with the mark of the beast didn't even notice that I was being shot at. They didn't even care. It was like a virtual reality headset, but without the virtual reality headset. Like, they looked like normal people. It wasn't no mark or circle on it. Like, I knew it was all digital, so it had to be like a link in their heads or in their head. And they didn't even notice the outside world. They didn't notice the genocide. They didn't notice anything. Everything was selfish. Everything was just about them. And you would die. And I sent to a place, I don't know where, but I got sent to a place, and they smuggled me. Now, the transportation at this time was very futuristic. I would say it was a train, but it was a very high futuristic type train, air type with electric, floating type train, like a plane and a train put together. Basically, the people that smuggled me on this train, I was sitting in the compartment, but I guess I was too big for the compartment, and I ended up having to leave the compartment because it was like agents walking around. Something happened where I had to leave the compartment, okay? When I left the compartment, I was already outside the zone. So I was past the terrorists, but if you get found outside the zone, you will die. Okay, it wasn't no trial, no police. They're gonna catch you and you're gonna die. This is what it is. I'm outside the compartment. I'm walking around the train. I'm scared because I don't know what.
But no, that's
so,
no.
I'm sitting down. Now the guy comes on the train.
Yeah, it's like 8-10 minutes. 8.
You want the Baruch though?
Oh no, you get what you get. Yeah, it's still like 2 more minutes left. It's all good. You get what you get.
Yeah. Real quick, just to go off what he was
scanning the marks to pick.
Just to go off what he was speaking on, what he was speaking on and describing. He's talking about these zones. What our brothers been saying those been throughout the years. There's gonna be them F camps, man. That they have set up. They have them already set up all across the country. And we seen a level of that what they've been recently doing with the Northern Kingdom. What they did with Alligator Alcatraz, and other centers that they have set up. Those are F camps, that they have in reserve, and they're gonna open up more and more because we see them now that they're coming against the southern kingdom. So that's what he was explaining to you. You know, those zones that people are going to be in when this end of your system really pops off is going to be those up camps. So this is a
They show you that in Hunger Games.
Mm-hmm. So this is Revelations 2:10. It says, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that you may be tried, and you shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life." Yeah. And when it says you have tribulation 10 days, that doesn't mean exactly 10 days. That's just a complete number of time. You know, however long the Lord has you in that predicament. You know, it could be a month, it could be 2 months, it could be however long. But the point is having that faith. In that video, it said that he was able to somehow get outside of the zone. Now, later on to say in the video, he was on the little train or plane, whatever it was. And while he was sitting there, he said the conductor or whatever was walking through scanning people. You know, and obviously he was scanning them because they had the mark. He didn't have it, but he said he had prayed, and he had got to the point. He said, "Man, it's gonna be what it's gonna be, you know, and the guy gonna have me or not." So he said when he had scanned the guy next to him, and then when he's about to scan him, it's like he just kept walking, and he said he felt relieved because he felt like, you know, his faith helped him, and that's gonna be us in these times, man. You know, if brothers have to be thrown in one of those camps, we're gonna continue to have the faith, man.
And it's not really if, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because it's written. It's just which brothers it happens to. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to happen to some brothers.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. Some brothers will be put to death. That's a guarantee. Some brothers will get thrown into a FEMA camp. Some brothers will be completely excommunicated. Some brothers it won't happen to. Or you just on the run the whole time. Why? Because these things are written just like with Yahushua. Yahushua had to go through what he went through because what? It was written. That's why he told his men when he came back, he said, well, it's written that, you know, that the Son of Man will be taken up. And those things had to happen. So the things which are going to happen, which are written, will happen. We just have to keep the faith in Yahweh Shema Shah to get through. But you got it.
Real quick, just grab it, because something else he said was what? You had people that was inside the zones, and you had the other people who weren't, that had the mark, and they were just roaming freely. So, like the brother said, off of what he said, you have some of us are going to be put in that predicament where you have to be in that, but the others are going to be living like this. This is 2nd Esdras 16:40. It says, "O my people, hear my word, make you ready to the battle in those evils, be even as pilgrims upon the earth." So why are we going to be as pilgrims upon the earth? Because we're not going to be relying on Edom's society anymore. You know, we're going to have to be out here truly holding on to our faith in Yahweh Shema Shah to deliver us and to be with us and to feed us in these times that we're going to be into. You know, them people that had the mark, you see they were able to live freely, travel to this zone, travel to that zone, go over here, go over there. But those people that didn't have it, what are the two things that most likely happened to them? They either in these zones or they was out here in hiding. So if you don't have the mark, you're not going to be able to function in this world, and that's going to be the it's like it. Yeah, that's going to be the surprise factor that comes to everybody, because they're going to make it seem like it's all cool in the beginning, you know, make it seem like you always say. Like you always say.
The chip is going to be the new cool device.
Yeah.
Just like the iPhone 17 just came out.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be the new cool thing to get on the planet Earth. If you don't have this thing, you're going to be the weirdo. Actually, get that clip.
Yep.
Yeah, I sent you.
Yep.
Because that's going to be the new cool thing to get on the planet. It's going to cut. They're going to, you know, like the apostle always said, they're going to start with the military. Which the military, there's people that have that in the chip, that have the thing. And then, you know, it's going to be optional. Then it's going to be forced. It's going to be forced. It's going to be the new cool thing to get. It says, Queen Maxima of Netherlands speaks at the World Economic Forum. Biometric digital ID is very necessary for financial service, school enrollment, health, who got who health, who got the vaccine or not. Let's let this play.
Countries in Africa or Latin America that had one ubiquitous type of ID, and certainly that it was digital, and certainly that it was biometric. And we've really worked with all our partners to actually help that being, to grow this. And the interesting part of it is that, yes, it is very necessary for financial services, but not only. Sure. It's also good for school enrollment. It's also good for health, who actually got a vaccination or not. It's very good to get your subsidies, from the government. When I started this job, they were actually very...
What's your subsidies from the government? It's the helps from the government, Section 8, things of that, Medicaid, Medicare, all that, all that fun stuff. Because if you don't have this, you're not going to have access to the system. That's what the next step is. The digital ID they're not injected inside of you, but it's going to lead to that, where they put that mark, that MOTB inside of you. Where if you don't have this thing inside of your body, you will not be able to move throughout the planet Earth. That is what the next step is.
Yep.
You got it.
Real quick, just off of other thing he said that was going on, in the video.
Damn.
He said that inside them zones, what was going on? He said people were fighting against each other. He said you had people that was rebelling, trying to fight against, the system, that were being unalive. But then you also had inside the zones people fighting amongst each other. Why? Because they were in a very serious condition. They probably, he said people were starving to death. So they either was getting ration food, and if they was getting ration food, they was getting very small amounts, or you probably wasn't getting them nothing at all. Cause what? You're not a part of our society. You're not part of our system. So we don't care about your welfare.
There's gonna be a criminalized zone. Let everyone fight against each other.
Fight against each other. Cause
you niggas aren't for us anyway. You don't want to take the MOTB. Fuck it, y'all. We gonna lock you up, just like they show in Brick Mansion with Paul Walker. What do? They just lock the city of Detroit up and let everybody war with each other. And that's what they just have the military station right in front, because what? Niggas have to eat, right? You have to eat, you have to have things necessary for survival. And if you're not working together, what are you doing? You're working against.
Yep.
This is why the scriptures say they shall fight one against another. Yep. Neighbor against neighbor, city against city. These people who get it, they're gonna be cool, relaxing. These people who don't, and then the niggas that don't, they could probably, no, fuck it, man. I'm just fucking get it, man. Fuck it. I had enough of this shit.
I had enough. Esau's he's gonna break you, man.
He's gonna break you.
He's gonna break you.
He's gonna break you. The nigga, because especially if you don't have the spirit, the Esau Edom is the master manipulator of mind games. He's gonna break you to the point to where you see no other way through Esau Edom. Because what do these people really have other than Esau Edom? They only have him. We have Yahweh Shem Shai and his righteousness to lean on. These people don't have that. So that when this shit really pops off, they're going to lose their minds against each other.
Yep.
I got something real quick. This is Zechariah 13 and verse where's it at? Is it 12? You go ahead, what you got? I thought I had.
Real quick, this is a second address 15. I'm gonna start at 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword of their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another and swords in their hands. So there should be sedition among men, invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And man should desire to go into a city and should not be able." So this is how bad it's going to be out here, man. They're not going to have no regard for those. Where it says your kings or princes, it's talking about those, your mayors, your governors, the one who stands in those power seats. People are not going to guard that because that's how bad it's going to be out here, you know. And then when that MOTB is fully out here, then what you going to do, you know? So we're entering into a complete lawless society. You see that right now when they brought the ICE over there into Chicago. You got people, you got the citizens fighting back, rebelling, and who were they sent by? They were sent by the president. So that's showing you right there that they don't care what he's talking about, that they ready to fight back. So how much more when really things get serious out here? It's already serious, but getting more serious, you know, where them things on the shelf is not gonna be there anymore. You know, you're not able to travel to this place and that place.
Yeah, because Quaker oats don't grow on the fucking the shells.
And the people that was helping to get on the shelves, where are they at now?
Out of job.
So these are the times that we're entering into. But this is all planned by Esau Edom, man.
Order out of chaos.
This is all part of his crafty counsel. So he can be like, you know what?
Let me see your phone.
Let's just reset everything.
This is fucking.
There you go. Whatever you need. Or Google, whatever. But he's gonna say let's reset everything, because even with the digital ID, when they start there, they're still gonna say that this is not enough. You know, that everyone's still not conforming to it, or it's some type of way they can be hacked. They're gonna come up with something to make it seem like it's not enough. We have to take it a step further, and with that step further is gonna be, okay, let's bring that RFID CHIP, which is the MOTB. Let's bring that out and make this the new solution for everybody, and make it simpler. Because with your digital ID, I don't know if you have to keep
I think it's on your phone.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you have to keep it on your phone or whatever, and what? Your phone
could
die, or it can get hacked, or you can lose it, anything like that. But if you have this device
inside of
you,
it's over.
And you ain't gotta worry about it. You can't lose it. Unless your arm get chopped off. And
even then you can't lose it. Put it in your brain.
This is it. Neuralink.
Neuralink.
And that's what he was speaking on. He said that's what he saw. If he could, you see that on. I didn't watch it yet. Where brothers talk about the Black Mirror.
They've been showing that.
The Black Mirror. I think the newest one.
Yeah.
And then even then, I don't know if it's true or not. But the Issa Rae woman, I guess she was out in public or whatever.
The actress.
And I guess she had the little things, and
those are those real?
I don't know.
I've seen them on Instagram.
But she had the things on, and she supposedly was in this.
Yeah.
And then the one was recording her, and then she came back and was looking at her like,
yeah, I don't know if that's real.
I don't know if that was real.
I don't know if it's AI or if it's ad or something. What I've seen, where they just blink out.
Yeah. But
they're supposed to be in an alternate world or some shit.
But if you we see stuff like that because that's still part of what evil wants to do. If he can have that, put that Neuralink inside of you and block out everything, block out the hardship that people are going through and have you living in your own world.
Yeah, while the world around you is shit.
You wouldn't have no compassion, because even if, say you got people who had the MOTV, right? But they still was able to see and how people were living. What would they probably want to do?
They'll lose their fucking mind.
They'll lose their mind. Shit, let me try to help them or something like that. He don't want you helping them. He wants you. The only way he wants you helping them is to help them put that inside of them. That's the only way.
Oh, you said people with the damn thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is Zechariah 14 and verse 13. And it came to pass that a great tumult from the Lord Yahweh by Shem Shai shall be among them, and they shall lay hold every one on his neighbor, and his hand shall rise up against his neighbor. And Judah, yeah, that's the point. Yeah, you know, civil unrest, a civil war, which these things are going to happen in, the near future. We're just really waiting to see these things play out, but these things are going to happen. There's a civil unrest is clearly evident, as just look at the news, or just look at not even the news, just social media. They're inciting a revolt. Mm-hmm. They're moving forward with their agenda, and they want to, they know that they only have but a short time.
Yeah.
This is 2 Ezra 9 verse 1. He answered me and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, which we even have even, greater signs now. We see them rolling out the MOTB system.
Mm-hmm.
We have the book of Revelation, which Ezra didn't have yet. We have that sign, we have that prophecy, and we see it being implemented. We see it being fulfilled right before our eyes. And it says, "Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made." And the Most High, as this devil draws nigh and to move forward its agenda, it moves against the Lord's anointed. And the Lord's going to do miraculous things for us.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not concerned about Instagram and fucking TikTok and rather we're gonna have Wi-Fi or not, where we're gonna sleep, where we're gonna eat. Yahweh Shemel Shai has all that already taken care of. The Lord knows we need to eat, or we gonna fucking starve to death in a time like this. He knows that. Or he just throw us and put us to death. Some of us just put this brother to death. We just gonna take him up. This brother, we gonna give him some food. We have manna fall from the sky or something. This brother locked up, deliver him out of it, and somebody go save him. These type of miraculous miracles are gonna happen, just like in the book of Acts. And the Lord Yahweh Shai said out of his own mouth, "The things which I have done, you will do even greater." Mm-hmm. He didn't say that just for funds, and he said that for us in these times. The prophets aren't going to be removed into a corner anymore. These niggas aren't just going to roll us on us like in the book of Acts. Because at the end of the book of Acts, eventually all the prophets just died. They all just got killed off. The Lord's going to raise up a standard for his men in these times, man. Mm-hmm. And there's going to be a great salvation at the end of this. Unlike in Acts, where there was no salvation. We fell away. Jake got in power. Bunch of nigga shit went on. Esau came back in power. There's a lot of history in between, but the Lord didn't outright deliver us. You have different accounts of men, different, Peter getting out of jail, with John, they tried killing him and they couldn't. That's how, if you didn't know, they tried, according to the history, they tried killing John. Mm-hmm. And nothing worked. So they put him on Island Patmos. They just said, fuck it. Yeah. Throw him, get rid of him. You don't think that's going to happen again? The Lord is going to set up, Esau is going to have trouble killing the Lord's elect and just getting rid of them, because the Heavenly Father is going to be with them in the times that we're entering into. And that's our faith. That's where our faith comes in, to where this digital ID, the MOTB, and the not having access to this society. We don't want anything that you have, Esau. We want the Lord's world. We want Yahweh Shemel Shai's world and what he's going to establish. Not what you are. Your world is oppressive in death. I'm good off that shit, man. This shit is garbage. But Yahweh Shemel Shai, he's going to provide for us. You got anything else?
No.
Yeah, so we'll close with that. So with that, all praises be to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. The Water Yahweh Ba'ashem Al Shai for allowing us to do another video through Spirit. The Water Yahweh Ba'ashem Al Shai for giving us his truthless worms. Double honors to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and salutation and blessings to the hopeful elect. Kwam Bakiam.
Kwam Bakiam.
And Shalom.
Shalom.
Exodus.